Welcome to Days in Life. Friends, pharma industry has two big pressure factors. One is continued or increasing, or you can say uncontrolled attrition. And second problem is, second pressure factor is performance which is well below the target or below the expectations. Actually, both of these problems has one single root. And that one single root is the bad recruitment. You may be wondering how this one root for both the problems. Before concluding that, I want to recall one book published couple of years back, and this is the book Why Do Many Incompetent Men Become the Leaders, and this was published by the Harvard Business Review Press. See, the problem of the incompetent people becoming leader or manager is universal, or it's a global. It is not something problem of only India. It's across, it's everywhere. The root also lying in the wrong selection of these problems. Now let's club both the problems. Our attrition takes place due to bad recruitment or created by the wrong selections or wrong managers who are selected there. If manager or selector recruitment itself is bad, he is bound to select the wrong people or the bad people. When I'm saying the wrong recruitment, it does not mean that person itself is wrong. It is basically misfit into this role or misfit into this organization. So once we select the wrong manager or the wrong leader, then onward you will have problem you will face in the performance also and in the further recruitment also. So one single problem of the wrong selection lead to the multiple problem like non-performance as well as attrition. Now let's discuss why we select the wrong manager or wrong leader, and then we'll talk about the solution. So today I'll talk about the 8 different reasons which leads to wrong selections of the leader or the managers. The reason number 1, our perception lies in the people who speak good English are the better leader or the better manager. English is only a language for the communication, and when we talk about communication, communication is basically speaking as well listening both. It's not only listening. So people who speak better English, they tend to have better chance of the selection, and which is one reason lead to the bad recruitment. Reason number 2, we have normally understanding people who are extrovert, they are better leader as compared to people who are the introvert. I give you one example. Sometime back during an interview, some journalist asked Barack Obama, who was former president of the America. He says, Modi is your good friend. Barack Obama understood. He says, yeah, Modi is my good friend, and so is Manmohan Singh is also my good friend. Now Barack Obama is not a person who tried to be politically correct. Otherwise he would have talked good about Rahul Gandhi also. So Modi is somebody who speaks good, and Manmohan Singh who is someone who does not speak much. But because Dr. Manmohan Singh does not speak much, it does not make him bad leader, and because Modi speak good, it does not make him a good leader. So both are good leader, whether extrovert or introvert. So that is not criteria of being a good leader or bad leader. But unfortunately in industry, we tend to select people who are more extrovert. Reason number 3, we tend to select more people who show the good confidence. If you're talking confidently, then you have better chance of selection. And those maybe half an hour, 20 minutes or 15 minutes of interview, somebody giving the confidence to you does not mean that he is a great performer itself. And that many times lead to the wrong performance, wrong selections. Reason number 4, when you manipulate the data, normally we say that data speak for itself or number does speak, but number does not speak. We have to ask the number, because whatever numbers you have, you can always manipulate the number and you can show in your favor whatever way you want to show the numbers. Either way it can be done. So people who manipulate the data, they again have better chance of selection as compared to people who very straightforward talk. Reason number 5, many times we select the people on the basis of which is your last company you are working, or what is the business size you are managing, or what is the area you are covering. If suppose last company worker person is working in the Glaxo, we expect this person, he will join my company and make my company also Glaxo, which he can't make. If today person is working in the Pfizer, we expect this person will join my company and he will make my company as a Pfizer. He can't make. But we give lot of weightage to the people who are working in X company, Y company, and then coming to us. Become big criteria, and which leads to the wrong recruitment. We do not see what is his or her contribution in that company. We simply look at name of the company or business size. Somebody is already handling, say, 500 crore turnover. It's good to select. We have not seen whether before joining him, whether turnover was 550 crore, 600 crore or 400 crore. We don't look at what is his contribution. We simply look at data, what is the business size you are handling, what is the area you are covering. So sometimes we select people on such criteria which I have no use and which lead to your wrong recruitment. Same way we look at reason number 6 is that which segment you are working. Now person whether working say acute segment or chronic segment, that make a difference because both understanding are different. But suppose person is working in the chronic segment itself. In that cases, whether it's working in X segment, Y segment does not make much difference, because relationship part, it is limited to primarily medical rep, area manager or regional manager level. Beyond that, you are not so much close to the doctors. It's more about understanding of the segment and which anybody can be done. Maybe it may be some days or some months period time. So segment work is not that important the way we give the importance to the segment. Reason number 7. Another way of selecting people is the reference check. Now, who is the checking reference and from whom you are checking a reference? We don't look at that. And most of the time, we ask candidate only to give reference. Obviously, candidate will give those reference name which will speak good about him. So, what is use of such reference check? So, if you go for reference check, we need to check a reference from the people to whom I know. Then only we can get a right reference check, not simply suggested by the candidate or simply just making a unknown calls. And friends, reason number 8. Many times we recruit, what is the number of year of experience you have in that position. Now, if somebody say working as a regional manager for last 2 years, so we will select him as a regional manager. Now, we do not know whether he has really contributed to that position or not. Somebody is working as a general manager, will recruit him as general manager. We do not know whether he has contributed to that position or not. So these kind of tagline, already experienced person so and so position need to be applied, that again lead to a wrong recruitment. So these are broadly 8 reasons which leads to the wrong recruitment or bad recruitment and which affect us badly in performance also and further attrition also. Now let's talk about solution, how to solve it. So once we go for the recruitment, first we need to define our problem. Why you need a manager? Whether you need a manager to stabilize the team or you need a manager for faster growth, because both the kind of requirement we need different kind of person. Whether you need a person as a turnaround person in the business or just to build the team, again people may be different. Whether you need a manager to launch a new division or new business or for any other problem you are facing in current your business. So different problem you require different kind of people. So first we need to define why we need a manager, what is my core requirement here, and then work out profile for this manager. So you will come to know what kind of person you need, and then look out for a person on those parameters only, not with the traditional parameters or the traditional SOPs. See, every company may have SOP, but we need to look at solution to our problem, what kind of manager we need. So while going for the recruitment, we need to buy the solution of our problem, not we need to look at say another problem just because we have to follow certain tradition or certain SOPs. So friends, I hope you will think about these points and they will be useful to you while recruiting further.